in the lungs. You wanna hit this shit?
Killer, Dipset, Check my stats, man. 78 I got to be the best living, man. You already know. It's too easy. Like Alex Trebek, you're in jeopardy. Yes, sir, we got the recipe. Give you a tech, but nope, not a referee. Like why?
What? You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't want it to be one way. Man, stop.
But it's the other way.
As far as in the topics at the bottom, as far as mental health and trauma, as far as holding on to it, I might try to get into it tonight. It depends on how the rest of the topics go as far as what we getting on tonight. Because like I said, this is one of the last things we're getting on, but it is a serious topic I wanted to get on, and I want to give a shout out to my mama. She one of the ones that gave me a mention as far as wanting me to get on that. And the suggestion she gave me was as far as maybe having people hit me up, anonymous. I wouldn't know who they is, but anonymous as far as certain things they don't have going on or trauma they done deal with as far as keeping certain things held in. Because, like I said, this ain't no mystery or whatever. Me and my wife, we don't deal with things. We don't lost kids or whatever. I was in ICU for a couple months in 2019 when we was in a wreck or whatever. Even before then, when I was in high school, I lost my daughter. And like I said, I don't know who else has lost kids in this day and age or whatever, but I know it's a lot of people out there that lost somebody, whether it's a child or whatever, and not just with that, whether it's trauma as far as just dealing with childhood trauma. I done dealt with situations as a child, whether it's dealing with a step parent that didn't like you, and whether you had to deal with that situation, and whether your biological parent is around and they treating you a certain way physically or whether that type of thing's going on. I'm saying all that to say is I'm thinking about doing something like that, and I brung that up because I had the topic I brung up as far as mental health and dealing with trauma that you're holding on to. And you had the situation with Will Smith and him blowing up. And I'm not trying to bring that into this, but I'm just saying as far as that type of trauma. And he had a situation I think I heard of where his mom had got beat on by his father. And that's why I bring this up. So I wanted to kind of bring it up and talk about it. But like I said, I know the deal was gonna be here, and I know you just came on, Preston. As far as you hit me up, but let me know you was gonna come through. So I didn't know how much y'all wanted to get into that or whatnot, or if y'all had certain things y'all wanted to talk about as far as things y'all had dealt with as far as trauma.
Sheesh, man, that's deep. That's good, bro. Like you got to talk about that these days.
And I ain't mean to cut you off, bro, but I only bring it up because I had a situation this week I had to deal with. So that's the reason I bring it up. I ain't gonna get into the details or nothing, but I had a situation I had to deal with this week.
Yeah, man, I feel you. Mental health, bro. Right now, especially in my life, like what bro saying right
Yeah,
now, therapy changed me.
Therapy. I'm trying to tell
Hey,
you.
I've
I,
been having those suggestions being brought to me too, as far as
yeah,
therapy. I haven't did it yet. I ain't never done it.
You
I,
should.
I told bro about it. Adrian, whenever y'all brother
Mm-hmm.
man passed away or whatnot, man, I told him, and I think he took he went because I seen how hurt my boy was, man. But I was hurt the same way whenever my pops died. I was 28. It was one of the craziest things because I didn't really think it was going because we knew he was sick, we knew he had cancer or whatever, so we kind of seen it coming. But then at the same time, he was getting better. So in our last conversation, he was like, shit, all I gotta do is let my hair grow back, I'll get back in shape, etc., etc. I was like, damn, man, we got to make sure the tests come back and everything good. And that was like on Father's Day, 2018, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And that was our last conversation in text message. He went under the gun or under the knife or whatever for the little procedure, never came back. Boom. So that was like my first. I had never had anxiety before. I had never felt like, you know how you hear people talk about having anxiety or being anxious and to the
Mm-hmm.
point where you can't really breathe good and you starting to panic. I had never had that before, bro, until then, till I was 28. So now sometimes I might experience that every once in a while. So like anytime, oh, and it was dark too for like 2 or 3 years. I was like, bro, I ain't supposed to grieve this long now. Because after he passed away, my grandmother passed away. It was like 6 months apart. So really, it fucked me up because that grief process it was just more went on top of it. So it took longer to come out of. And I really didn't think I was like, damn, is I'm ever gonna be straight? back on my, like, I know I ain't tripping because I done seen people, you know, it happened to people and they never bounce back from it. So anytime any of my brothers going through something like that, man, I'm always like open ears because I know how difficult it can be to get back on your feet. You feel like you never gonna be, you know, you again, or you're not gonna really have the same energy. Certain, you just always annoyed or always pissed off. You don't want to be that person, man. Especially if you always been a cool dude, and then you go through something like that. So it really just, you know, you grow from it. It's a maturation process like none other.
So
And
did you ever have those moments where, as far as like just blowing up,
oh my god, bro, too many, bro. That's what I'm
and I'm talking
saying.
about
So
just it ain't nothing just heavy. Somebody talking to you somewhere. It's just somebody having a conversation, and just this little thing. They might say
hey,
something, or they might bring something up, and y'all are just having a conversation. But it just turns somewhere, and you.
hey, bro, like, man, I'm doing a whole live event at, you know, we was doing Rock the Mic, the events, and people just coming at me crazy, bro. I was always getting in the song, always fighting, and that wasn't even my vibe. I'm trying to be positive. I got all this shit going on, but I'm still out here trying to do dope shit in the community, trying to have events and trying to act like it's all
Yeah.
good. Man, somebody, this, I'm gonna tell you this one story. My man, he was like, the DJ kept messing the music up, right? We got this live event going on. DJ fucking the music up. I'm like, bro, you gotta relax, man. Just chill. But he was behind the bar getting fucked up. I mean, behind the DJ booth getting fucked up on the low. And I was like, you know, I'm coming cool. My approach, my voice, my tone, everything, bro. Just calm down, man. People getting upset because you messing the music up. And he was like, nah, P, I already know how you coming. You think you gonna spaz out on me. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about, my dude? All these people looking and shit. And my boy Joy Rucker, he came up, Joe Rock came up like, hey man, y'all cut that shit out. I'm like, bro, it ain't even nothing going on. All right, boom. Fast forward, long story short, the end of the night, we about to count the money and everything. And the owner come up to me. He like, hey, what happened with you and the DJ? I was like, oh, nah, that was everything was cool. Don't even worry about it. Just chill. He was like, what you mean chill? This my shit, P. I'll swell you up in here. I was like, what the fuck? I ain't never heard no shit like that. So when this nigga say he gonna swell me up, I had to hit him. I just flipped. And it's the owner of the club. I'd rather hit the DJ than the owner. You feel me?
Yeah.
If I had to do the math in retrospect, thinking
But
back,
you even thinking at that time, like,
nah, at that
no, is
time,
that?
I'ma swear you up, I'm gonna do this to you. I'm like, man, this nigga about to kill me in here. I better do
Just your
something.
reaction and the way you talking to me, and especially like now, and to me, bro, it's like you would think. I ain't gonna say, like I said, going through some childhood stuff. You would think, why I didn't have those type of issues when I was younger, but now you getting older. It's like, why I don't have that type of composure as far as not going at somebody like that quick, especially with hands. Like you would think, like, no, I
because
ain't
you have
that
to
type
be
of person.
taught.
I'm not.
You have to be taught. You have to teach yourself self control. You have to. That's a the no. I man, it's some simple shit that we missed learning as children.
Because
That I'm just like my children will not go
and
through
I'm
this
honest,
shit.
I feel that.
because it's like when I was younger, I was never like aggressive. I'm not no aggressive person like that. But getting older, it's like it became more and more aggressive, and
Yeah.
it's like that's what I mean by the trauma thing. It's like what's going on? Like why is it like that? But then it get to that point where like why it's getting physical. Like why is you coming at people if they just say the little things to you, especially if it's at a job or something? Like
Yeah.
you ain't even talking, and it's like no reaction. It's just going straight up. Like that's it. And it's like, nigga, what's wrong? You about to get arrested. Like, bro, what's wrong?
Right.
Like,
Them
you know what I'm
charges
saying?
now,
Like, that's
dog.
it. Because
Yeah.
even, especially if the person is not like retaliating or that person is like, and what's the whole thing? Well, like, if you try to stump on somebody or you going at somebody while they're on the ground, that's almost like trying to commit murder. Like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know.
They can pile anything on you. You right. And you never know too. You blank out, keep hitting somebody too hard, and
But
something
Bruh.
break on them. It's really
That's
get deep.
exactly my issue of why I don't fight people. Because I'm like, I don't know how far this will go. And
Right.
like I've
yeah,
stopped myself in the middle
That's
of a fight.
scary
'Cause
too.
I was
yeah,
like,
it is.
because
That's the
I
thing.
blacked out and then I came back and then I was about to go back in and I was like, if you go back in, this ain't gonna end well for
And let's be
nobody.
clear on something. I've never had this situation with a female. Never. This is with males or
I have
either
fought
with
men.
family,
Oh yeah, for sure.
having
I
that
have
with
fought.
family, or having that type of strong situations with family. And like when they get physical, it's like, yo, it went too far. And being the type of person I am, it's like now the isolation, the fact that you don't been away from people so long, and I don't want it to be like, is it a funny feeling or is you mad at me or something like? It is never like that. It's the fact that it's just like I have to keep that inner peace, bro. I have to stay away to keep myself going, and I got kids, like
You doing a good thing, bro.
yeah,
You
like you,
got the right route. Don't let nobody. Yeah, that's real. Cause you're right. That trauma that people have, it's like months and months or years worth of frustration built up, and it come out in the worst ways. Man, we gotta find outlets and ways to release that
yes.
shit without being so negative. So I don't give a damn if it's just basketball or you writing or if you podcasting, whatever you do, man, you gotta find your tribe, as they say, like what
Cause one
you've
Mhm.
thing
done
about it,
right
bro,
here.
I love my
That's
family, and I want to
for
be able
sure.
to engage with my family, everybody, and be able to have those conversations. And not only that, just be around people and it be normal, like it was when we was younger. To me, it was like
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Your grandma was this person is superheroes. Like ain't nothing going, man. We don't never have no drama. Everybody good, but when the older you get and the older you get, you see everything.
Yeah,
Especially when you don't went through shit. And once again, and you dealing with an adult that doesn't like you as a child. You a child, and an adult don't like you, and they
that's
make sure
crazy.
you know that
Oof,
physically and mentally.
fuck
It's
that.
like
That's rough, bro.
I'm telling you. But
Yeah,
the thing about
that's
it is
gonna
when
stay
you
with you forever, man.
the only reason I bring that up is because when you raising kids and you know you not going through certain things, especially when you don't went through shit, and you see somebody say you get upset, especially as far as your child, and they get upset because somebody say no to them. This your first time maybe hearing no, and it's like, why are you getting upset because of that? Do you know what this person done went through? You know what certain kids are gonna go through? Somebody might not be eating across the street right now. And because somebody told you no, and yes, I'm giving an example of maybe my kids, and I'm telling you no in a certain situation, but you run and act this certain way, you do this certain thing, and it's like, nah, you ain't about to do this. Like, no, we're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
shut this down
spoiled.
now. That's I'm glad you say that, spoiled. And I understand that because we did that. We did
Yeah, yeah,
that. We did that. But
that's true, bro.
especially if I'm dealing with an oldest one, as far as my group, the oldest, I'm going to be on you the hardest. I'm
Hmm.
going to put the most pressure on you because
That's the
when it,
leader right there. After you.
besides me and the people I feel like that do care about you, nobody else don't care. The world don't give up. They're going to look
Oh
at you
yeah.
Oh my God.
like, go
Hey,
on. We don't
boy,
care.
you hit it on the head.
Your crime,
That's
your
why.
excuses, we don't care. Like,
You
get
hit
That's
it.
why
out of
I'm
here,
trying
man.
to create a sibling bond between my
Yeah.
daughter and my son. Because I'm like, no, y'all. When me and Daddy go, y'all the only ones that give a fuck about each other the most. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
like
For
I.
and
real.
then another thing too is once they've heard it in the crib, they ain't gonna be surprised about nothing they hear out there in the
Exactly.
Yeah.
world. So
Because
you
you know
gotta
we
give it
love
to
you.
them.
We
Yeah,
embrace you. But the tough love, I'm gonna give you that, man. I'm gonna be
yeah.
on your ass, man. I'm not gonna sit here and be
Cause
just
it's
sitting there like,
dirty out there, boy. It's so
what?
nasty out here.
And me saying no, that's
Fuck.
different from somebody coming up, knocking your ass on the floor and saying, nah,
Exactly.
nah.
True
I don't
shit.
really like,
Hey, this is my favorite part of the podcast right here, brother.
yeah, man, I had to get into it though, because like I said, once again, I want to give a shout out to my mom because, like I said, I had
Mm-hmm.
some stuff going on this week, and it wasn't nothing like super serious, but it's something that I feel like I should have been doing and something that I need to work on as far as me blowing up. And I ain't afraid to say that because, like I said, I'm human and I deal with
Mm-hmm.
things. And on a daily basis, a work week, all week long, getting off, coming home, making sure your kids straight, and that's it. Y'all don't. If you don't see me on Facebook or whatever, you don't see me posted with a bunch of homies and this and the third. You see me with my kids, 24/7. That's all you see me with. So mental space. My
For
mom even
sure.
say you might need a break, getting that break sometimes just to fall back from everything, man. Just chill sometimes. But for me, it's like, nah,
Hey, that's also good too
nah.
that you and your mom got that dope ass
Oh yeah,
open line of
love my
communication.
mom, man. That's
Gotta have that.
superhero. That's the female Luke Cage to me. That's Batman. That's Bruce Wayne, female version.
So,
And my pops too. Shout out to Corey.
oh
I ain't
yeah,
even
that's
saying by his government name, but yeah, shout out to Pop.
you know that's my dog. Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
But I really, like I said, I just wanted to dive into it because, like I said, holding on to that type of trauma, and I got things I do hold on to, and I've been holding on to for a long time. But like I said, I'm the type of person that don't want to be on no crybaby type shit, man. I ain't got no excuses. I ain't no running around like, I'm dealing with this, or I got this going on. Nah, man, like let's go. Like, I done seen worse situations. I know people out here dealing with worse situations.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you got people you can talk to. I feel like people ain't got their mamas, their daddies, and done lost them. I got a privilege of having my mom and my daddy to be able to talk to, or even some grandparents out here. So
Facts.
I just feel like I don't like having excuses, and that's why I try to put on my kids. And I feel like sometimes maybe you got to just ease it down a little bit, just a little bit. But I know what I done went through. And I know I didn't have no excuses when I was young. I didn't come complaining to nobody, crying to nobody, this going on and this and the third. I just went with it because I didn't feel like putting that pressure on my parent or this person because I see what they got going on. They're like, I ain't about to come to y'all with this. I'm good. Let's go.
Right. And we hope our kids can see like we did, like can see, damn, they really going hard, or damn, these kids really ain't got both of their parents, or they really ain't eating like that. I feel that, bro. That's a good perspective.
And I want to give a shout out to the single fathers. Like I said, man, I don't put emphasis on this. I ain't never been a person to come out and say, yo, I'm a single father, I'm doing this and that. But let's be clear, I done had my 2 daughters for a very long time, me. And shout out to my mama and my sister and my grandmothers. They done been there to help me too. And that ain't saying nothing against their mama. Nothing. She is a very good person, a genuine person. She doing her thing. She do what she do. But I have my daughters. And I had them for a long time. So I'm saying I like to say, like I said, they could put a lot of weight on you as an individual, especially when you're dealing with certain things as trauma. And taking care of kids, especially girls. And like I said, having a 15-year-old girl at that. And then...
oh, man. Yeah, mine 12, bro. Mine coming behind her, but 15, yeah, that just sounds so wild when you hear it. Lord have mercy.
Man, you remember what we was like when we was 15?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I do.
Even your mind state. Like, think about it, man. You looked at somebody a certain way, how somebody looking at your child? Like, no, I don't know. Terminator time, 2-1000. I'm coming. I'm seeing red, everything.
Yeah, bro, for real.
Shout out to my babies though. That's why I'm glad I got sons, because that protection level, no. Shout out to my nephew. We shutting things down out here. Ain't nothing going down.
Bro, I'm sitting here laughing, bro. As soon as my daughter get in her teenage stage, I know I'm gonna be hot.
What, man? I'm telling you.
We're like, who? And you look like me. Like,
homework, makeup, exercise. Everybody, like, and you talking about a teenage girl where she got to make sure everything good together, getting up extra early in the morning to make sure everything prepped up. Everything got to be straight, man. Like I said, I don't mind because I said them grades good. That's all good. Let's go. We good. But that attitude, man.
Oh yeah, them attitudes off the train. You already know.
You want to see Morgan Freeman? I'm leaning on me. You got him. Damn Batman. Damn what? Man. But yeah, man. Shout out to anybody though. More than welcome to leave comments and let me know if y'all done been in any type of situation, or leave it in the inbox. You could be anonymous. Like I said, that's something I'm thinking about working on. Something I do little weekly, like an hour or something. Or shorter. It's definitely not gonna be over an hour, but like I said, I ain't gonna mention your name or nothing. But if you send me a message in anonymously and let me know you done been through something, we'll definitely speak on it. You know, if you want to jump on here, and if you want to jump on here with us or jump on here with me and talk about it, we're more than welcome to do that.
That's your platform, brother. That's what's up.
I don't want to hear anything else about kilos or prices. Y'all want to go out on your own? Fine. But do not for 1 second fuck around with what I got to do to get mine. Because I promise you, there is nothing I'm not prepared to do.